What's up, guys? You're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alma. I'm glad to have you on my channel today. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, hello. If you've been an old subscriber, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for your support. I do not take it for granted. Alright, guys, I love you all. Today I've come to teach us something very important about Earth. What I mean by Earth is sand. I need to let us look deeply into what sand can help us to achieve in life. It can help us to make our blessings to come into manifestation. Sand can be used as protection. Remember that through sand, a man was created. Through sand, you and I came into existence. The work of sand, spiritual benefits of sand, cannot be eschewed, cannot be outlooked. We need to understand that sand is very important. Remember that we walk on sand every day. Our existence solely revolves around the four elements of nature. We cannot do without them. But I want you to understand that Earth, which is sand, is very important, very paramount in whatever we are doing. If you have been praying for so long and your prayers, it looks like your prayers are taking forever to be answered, why don't you make use of sand? Even in churches, we are asked to bring our compound sand. But I want to let you know that it is not only your compound sand that can help you to achieve your dreams or your desires. You can make use of that sand where you are standing and connect it to your father's land, your compound sand in the village. There is a connection, a spiritual connection between you, tracing back to your roots in the village. Sand has a very important role to play there. There are some works I would like to do for you. If you did not bring sand from your village, I won't do it for you. Because I need that connection. It depends on what your case is. Some people, you don't need to bring it. But some people, especially if you are a called one, you need that sand for the connection. Sand, the sand, your compound sand defines you. Your compound sand, that is where your existence started from. That is where your existence started from. Why did I say existence? I know that you are not the first to come into existence. There are likes like you because your spirit must have reincarnated severally over the years. But remember that when reincarnation takes place, it takes place within the same circle, within the same blood group. This is why you cannot talk about my ancestors in this life and talk about another person's ancestors in another life. Are you seeing the connection? This is why we talk about your children, your prostates, your lineage. You understand? Aburu Madu. When we talk about it, it's one and cannot be changed. No matter how many times we reincarnate, no matter how many times, you cannot reincarnate this time around and become a white, and another time you reincarnate and become a black, an African. You have to be an African blood. That is what you bleed. And the whites bleed Western blood. That is what they bleed. I'm not talking about people that left there. Like, I'm not talking about other people though. I'm talking about the life that you have or you had in your previous life. Now, let me tell you, your sand can define you. There are cases where you are not even present, but when your sand is brought and is checked, this sand defines who you are, where you came from. It answers Sand can be asked questions. There are people that have that gift to talk and communicate with sand. Have a communication with sand. Is a gift, is a calling. We all are called differently. This is the reason the ones I'm not called for, I don't do it. I'd rather connect it to someone who would do it than doing it, because I understand that I won't do it. I'm not called for it. And that is how it should be. Sand can make your blessings to come into manifestation if you do it this way, exactly the way I want to teach you. Exactly the way I want to teach you now. If there is something you have been praying for, why don't you start making use of sand to make it to manifest? Start making use of sand to make it to come into manifestation. Stand where you are, wherever you know you walk on. It could be where you're staying in the city. You must not get the sand from your compound. Connect it to that very sand in your village. If you're in the village, if you've gotten your compound sand, perfect. Make use of this sand and speak to it with sea salt. I want to explain how you will go about it generally. Whether in the city, whether in the village, you can do this ritual. It's inexpensive, very affordable. Get me salt, sea salt. If you don't have sea salt, get native salt. Native salt or sea salt, you get me sand. When you get me this sand, you get me 7 seeds of alligator pepper. That is for power. Before you start, make sure you remove everything that is on your leg. You have to stand barefooted for this ritual to take effect. When you stand, you take the sand, put it in your right palm. Get me salt, sea salt. If you have sea salt, put it inside your palm. 1 spoon of sea salt is okay. Put it inside it. When someone dies, the person is also buried inside the same earth. Human being turns to earth after it has decayed. Only the bones left. There is a mixture of sand and human, though it is digged 6 feet. But what about, do you know that over the years, can you count how many people that has been buried over the years? Sometimes people do not remember, like the next generation or the 5th generation to come might not know that people have been buried around there. They can go there, start cultivating. They can start farming there. Some people build their houses on top of it. Some people do this, some people do that, and all that. The sand and the human flesh that has been decayed has been mixed to tell you that there is a connection between humans and sand. It is not ordinary. If you want to kill a fowl, kill a goat, kill whatever you want to kill, the blood must drop on sand. Whether it is for you to eat it, whether it is for you to do other things with it. That is it. This is what I want you to understand. Sand is spiritual. Don't joke with it. In the olden days, when children eat sand in the village, when you allow, not these days, when you give birth to your children, you stay there. They grow on tiles, they grow on carpets, on rugs, and all that. They don't see sand to eat and all that. It's no longer then. Do you know that the olden days, when their children were eating sand, there was a connection. Children were really communicating with spirits. I am telling you this for you to confirm it. There are children that will be urinating and pooing and like defecating on the bed. at the age that they are not supposed to. You see a child of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 still defecating on the bed, even though the child knows exactly what he or she is doing, but he or she doesn't want to do it. This is a grandfather that reincarnated and wants you to go and look for the solution to the problem that the child is having. This grandfather is making this child, the spirit that lives in that child is the spirit of the great grandfather. And then it makes the child to do abnormal things, so that you will start looking for solution, start looking for the problem. What's going on with this child? Why is this child still behaving like this? There are cases of children, you see them, they open the pot and poo inside the pot. These are great grandfathers that came, great grandmothers that came again. They reincarnated and they want you to know that they are in the family and they are on a particular mission. This is what they do in the olden days. Before you know it, they will start looking out to ask questions. What is going on? What's up? And all that. And then it will be revealed to them that this person, is the reincarnate that is doing this thing, that is making the child to behave and to be in such abnormal state. Do you understand? What am I trying to drive out? I want you to understand the deep benefit of sand so that you will not take this ritual for granted. You cannot break a corpse without your compound sand. Even if it is not your compound sand, connect it to the sand where you are standing. Okay. Now, when you get the sand, place it on your palm, right palm, get salt, put it there, then take 7 seeds of alligator pepper, put it inside your mouth, and speak. That you pray today that this sand will connect you to your destiny helpers. That this sand will manifest all the blessings that God has brought your way, that the enemies are taking away from you. That job you are looking for, that this sand is going to connect you. That money you're looking for, you will get it. Speak all the things, that sickness that has been disturbing your life, that you are going to be healed after this ritual. Do this ritual midnight, 12 midnight. No slippers, no shoes, no footwears, just only you, sand, alligator pepper and salt. After you finish voicing out your heart, saying all your heart desires, you do what? You chew that alligator pepper. Chew it and spit it on that sand. Ineke, so shall it be Ineke. So shall it be in Ore. So shall it be in Afo. So shall it be in Nkwo. If you are not Igbo, so shall it be in the east, in the west, in the north and south, the 4 cardinals. If there is anyone who has been, if you also want your enemies to be out of your way, you say it, you voice it out on the sand. Afterwards, you spit that alligator pepper on it. Go to a place where a woman on her period cannot step on it. Go and trash it there. Watch wonders. If you want to be doing your prayers and be doing it this way that I have taught you, there is no how that you will not testify. Back to how you can connect the sand to your village sand if at all you are not in your compound or you don't have your compound sand. Once you raise that sand, you speak to it that yet if that sand is the same everywhere. But today you are connecting your compound sand. You mention the name of your village. Mention the name of your father's compound. That you are connecting this sand to be the sand in your compound in the village. Therefore, whatever the sand in the village will do for you, that's exactly what this sand is going to do for you. You are connecting it to your roots. You are connecting it to your roots. That's your ancestors that stepped on this sand, even you that stepped on this sand, that all the blessings that God has ordained for you to receive, you will receive it in the east, in the west, in the north and south. Afterwards, you go and trash the sand. Go back home. Go back home. Do this consecutively for 14 days. You must testify. You must break a curse. You must remove obstacles from your way. come back with your testimony. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. See you guys in my next one.